In a world fueled by conflict,
You save your stories and you
Now you just lost all credibility.
with you, really.
belligerence,
Keep my wife's name out your mouth!
and malicious comments,
You can see my belly, and we can all see you dying right now. Let's go for it.
comes a podcast where none of that exists. This is the Snozcast.
Who the ever heard of a Snozcast?
Hey, laser lips! Your mama was a snowblower.
Just one question.
Ain't you got no ear holes?
Right turn, Clyde.
Hi, honey. Did you miss me?
With every bullet so far.
Shape, or you call it shape. With that perfume you wear at Catch of the Day.
Hello everyone, my name is Bubba Cush Bundy and I will be your host for every Snozcast from here on out. First and foremost, I genuinely want to say thank you for giving me just a little bit of your time today. I know you can do a lot with your time nowadays, and the fact that you've given me just a little bit of that time, I genuinely just want to say thank you.
Where is the chase and how do I cut to it?
Right. So this podcast is about television, movies, and essentially anything pop culture related, starting from a long, long time ago and going all the way up until January 1st of 2000. Now, mind you, motion pictures weren't invented until around 1895, and we're not really going to go that far back.
Well, pardon me all the hell.
But just to give you an idea, pretty much anything nostalgic. 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. So if your relatives are running around saying,
Ah, come on, Snaps. You know the rule. Never witness nothing. You live longer.
or even,
I am the smartest man alive!
and you're just kind of like,
I think this boy's cheese slid off his cracker.
well then hit me up and listen in, and not only will I tell you where and when it came from, I will also tell you why it was so damn popular. Maybe I'll even be able to give you that one-liner you need,
Hey, mercy. I thought I heard some pecking.
and that chance to zing them back and just drop their jaws.
Holy shit!
And as it stands, I'm also going to let you know immediately that this podcast is for everyone, not just one genre. Gen Xers, Zillennials, Millennials, Gen Z, Baby Boomers, it doesn't matter to me when you were born. This podcast is a way to not only educate, but gives you a source of refuge from the evils of daily life for just a little while.
You'd better tell the captain we've got to land as soon as we can. This woman has to be gotten to a hospital.
Hospital? What is it?
It's a big building with patients, but that's not important right now.
There will be zero political rants here. You will not be made fun of or hear the term, not knowing what I'm talking about. Also, I'm not going to be bashing anyone on this podcast. There are so many celebrities that have done stupid things, and there are plenty of other places that you can go to find that kind of stuff. This is where you come to not only get away from that, but also just to get away for a little while. And again, who knows, you might even learn something, or even relive those moments that made you feel wonderful.
Those were the days.
Now I gotta tell you, one of the main reasons I'm making this podcast is a little bit of a personal one, and other reasons really vary, but the very basic one, and the one that has plagued me all my life, is that I have millions, zillions, billions, trillions of movie and television quotes and an overabundant amount of trivia in my head. That has been researched,
But I've got homework to do.
and basically I just need a way to get it out so it no longer sounds like...
Go on, Lumber.
I'm also giving you a peek into my coconut. Every time you hear a sound wave such as,
Nice kid, but a little dumb,
you're in my head. Now, early on, I would hear these quotes in my head as I was going through my day-to-day life. And when I say early on, I'm talking adolescence and my teenage years. And whenever I would say these quotes out loud, people
looked at me as if I had lobsters crawling out of my ears.
Now, you're also going to hear a lot of my favorite audio clips from what it is I'm talking about that particular week. And to separate those clips, you're going to hear this sound effect. To answer a big question, I'm going to try and put 2 of these out a month. However, I make no promises. I'm going to try and do more if I can pull it off, but we all know how life works, and sometimes things don't work out like we plan. That being said, I'm also going to try and release these on Wednesdays. Now, if you really need a reason why, it's because it'll give you a couple of days to listen to the podcast, and if you're interested in what I have told you about, it'll give you something to watch that up-and-coming weekend with that someone special.
Maybe it's not meant to be with your grandmother wandering around.
She has a bus pass.
A friend, or even just something to do to kill some time.
Bored. So bored. So bored it's boring. Boring-a-ding-ding. Boronis, Boritas, Boremus. I came, I saw, I bored. He bored, she bored, they bored. All aboard. I was going to say that.
While you're waiting for the next moment in life. Now again, I'm also going to try and do an episode that highlights something you can watch on a streaming service, and it will also be available that particular weekend. Plus, I won't spoil the ending. So bottom line, I'm going to give you a rundown of what it is, highlight my favorite moments and characters, and just leave you hanging with no spoilers. That's pretty much it. In closing, I just want to say in advance, thank you again so much for giving me some of your time. I genuinely and wholeheartedly appreciate it. I hope you enjoy getting the chance to escape for a little while, and please enjoy the Snozcast.